Nah, my bad. My phone died, so I forgot to mention the live. What's up, Edwin? Yeah, I mean, I try to not like fap all the time. I guess I just kind of. I guess I just try to take breaks and I try to not use porn constantly. I don't know how I'm gonna do this for decades more. Yeah, same man. I don't get how I'm gonna do this shit either. Seriously, man. Yeah, I think the reward system and self control kind of helps with the urges and cravings and addictions to me. I think, I think it's a good mindset to have, you know. Like, if you think that, like, say, like porn, for example, if porn, you think that you can have self control with porn and use a reward system, then uh, you don't have to totally quit porn, you know? Kind of the same thing with like cigarettes or alcohol or escorts or uh, smoking weed, you know what I mean? As long as it doesn't affect your life in any way, then, you know, that's what I think. Yeah, fast food, yep. That's another one too. I think it's a good thing to have. It's like moderation, you know. I love tater chips. What's that? What's that? Dale. I'm eating mangoes. They're like frozen kind. Yeah, Taco Bell. Nice. I can't eat too much Taco Bell because makes me go to the bathroom too much. Yeah, I like mangoes. I like them frozen or fresh. Both are good. Gave you a $20 tip. Yeah, get a good meal out of it. No wrong with that. Thanks, Dale. Appreciate it. I gotta throw all that trash away. Kinda too lazy though. Yeah, I guess I'm very humble for doing that. Where'd you get Taco Bell, the villain? Yeah, that's why it's best to have, I guess, a place of your own to rage. Not have to worry about like the fucking parents, like cock blocking your moment. You know, I would rage playing games a lot too. Yeah, I mean, when I was an adult, in my 20s, I was enjoying games, but I guess it's because when you're an adult, you have more responsibilities. You get tired after work, and you try to play the games. It just doesn't feel the same, you know. It just doesn't feel the same. Supreme box and crunch wrap. Nice. That sounds like a good one right there. Yeah, it can start to fade, you know. I know certain games like 2K or COD can be too similar, you know. Can be can get boring. Yeah, my 20s were over almost 2 years ago for me. I'm gonna be 31 next week. Never asked to be born that day. Yeah, there's a lot of copes that can affect other people in bad ways. I agree, man. $20 on Uber Eats? Damn, that sounds pretty expensive though. I mean, at least the Taco Bell seems worth it, you know? Back during the 2000s. Yeah, they were good cartoons. Yeah, I agree. Ed, Ed and Eddie was a good one. SpongeBob was a good one. Foster's Home with Imaginary Friends is a good one. Uh, what's another one? Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy was a good one. Uh, say Hey Arnold was good. Those were that one was mostly '90s, but they were good though. You're 32. Yeah, you're older than me, I guess. Hiding in my room. Nah, what kind of videos he make? What I'm reading is the brand on what you're on top of your. Okay. My boss wants to fire me. Yeah, fucking. It's probably gonna be my boss. He wants to fire me, but I'm gonna quit. Yeah, I remember when I was 21. That didn't feel like too long ago, but actually it was. It's almost 10 years ago. I didn't really watch the Powerpuff Girls back then. That wasn't a cartoon I watched. I liked Courage the Cowardly Dog. That was another good one. Yeah, I watched a little bit of Danny Phantom. I wasn't really a fan of that as much though. Ed and Eddie was my favorite, and then I like the Rugrats, even though it's kind of nameless, you know, with the kids. I kind of like that show for some reason. Uh, Cat Dog was pretty good. Um, yeah, Caillou, that's another one. That's another show. Nah, I picked up some doing Lyft, and he was talking about Dispatch, the game. He was drunk as shit. He said it was a good game. Maybe I'll check it out. Yeah, that's a hard choice. Which one is better, Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network? Very hard choice. Yeah, Samurai Jack's another one. Yep, that's a good show. That was one of my favorites on Cartoon Network. That was like an early 2000s show, late 90s. You played the games on the PC? Yeah, I never played the games, but I did watch the movie one time. Hmm. Here, I'll check them out. What's his what's the YouTube name for that? So I can look at it. Yeah, I used to watch Animal Planet too. It was either that or History Channel. I watch or Discovery. Yeah, Cartoon Network was more darker. It had more. It was more. Cartoon Network, especially, it was more for adults with a Adult Swim. Who's that? Eugenia Cooney. Yeah, there's a lot of YouTubers out. That's for sure. Who's talking on their phone? Oh, Dexter's Laboratory is a good one. Yep, that's a good show. I used to watch that one a lot too. Animated series? Yeah, I think I might have. Yeah, I think I was that in the early 2000s too. I remember the cartoon Batman, the one with the red Batman logo. That one was a cool one. I forget what that one was called though. That animals. No, I actually didn't know that. I mean, I remember watching History Channel for a little bit, but I don't know. I just didn't remember that though. Lion hunting and eating deer. Yeah, it shows the brutal of nature right there, you know? That's the brutal shit there. Robot Chicken. Yeah, I didn't watch that much. I guess for me, I didn't watch a lot of Adult Swim really. It was mostly like the Cartoon Network more. Yeah. Yeah, they did some weird stuff together, Dexter and his sister. It's like the intention of the show is just it's just weird, you know? Racing to nowhere. Yeah, I saw that too when I was walking around downtown here. People were revving their engines and shit with their trucks and showing off their whips. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I never grew up watching that one though. The the one in the early '90s. Yeah, I agree. SpongeBob is one of the best cartoons. I think that's the best cartoon in Nickelodeon, in my opinion. Oh, I like the GI Joe stuff, the cartoons. I liked watching that on the YouTube. That's cool. Sometimes I would see that on my home feed, and they have like the GI Joe cartoon on there. I'm like, yeah, I'll watch that. Yeah, I mean, I guess I watched Samurai Jack, but I didn't watch like all the season. I just like watched like random episodes. But it was a that was a good show though. Phineas and Ferb. Yeah, I never really watched that one really. Superman or Batman any series? I guess I would say Batman if I had to choose. Transformers. Yeah, you guys had like good cartoons too back in the day. It was like the 80s, 90s, and the 2000s were good. Everything else seems to not be as good. It seems like with the cartoons. Slapping your gums? Yep, I'm trying to get all the mango juice out my lips. Pretty much. What's up with the beard? Yeah, it's growing, I guess. My beard grows kind of fast. I'm gonna get a haircut this week too. And then I'm probably gonna not get a haircut for a while. All right, good night, Black Hole. Hopefully the sleep is good. You know. Pa Steve might get on Nickelodeon. He doesn't have time to get on Nickelodeon. He's working. You know. He rather work than watch Nickelodeon with his kids. How what a messed up dad he is, isn't he? Rather work than uh watch Nickelodeon with his sons and daughters. Dragon Tales. Yeah, I remember that. I remember seeing it. I never watched it myself. Yeah, that's a funny show. Beavis and Butthead. I need TV for my bunghole. Shut up, Beavis. Yeah, that show's funny, man. Now that's a funny show. Cartoons on Saturdays. Yeah, that was a thing for people back then. It was like a you would just anticipate for the cartoons. I guess I was kind of like that too, a little bit. You were obsessed with the Grinch Stole Christmas? Probably because the Grinch is a badass that doesn't conform with the people there. They're too positive, I guess. Nah, what's that? Couple beers. Power Rangers. Yeah, I used to been a Power Ranger for Halloween when I was like in kindergarten. I used to watch them when I was young. Yeah, I used to have a lot of DVDs for movies, and I wouldn't even have like CDs to put on a CD player and listen to music. That was back in like the late, not late, like the mid 2000s to late 2000s. I think I had a CD player. I listened to like the radio in there, and then if I had like an album, I would put the CD on the cassette. Yeah, I like the portable CD players. Then you would put like the headphones on. It was yeah, it was some good times with that a little bit too. So now I just listen to YouTube music all day. I remember it was like from the CD player to like the iPod Nano, and then it was like the iPod Touch. Then I would download music on FrostWire and LimeWire or something, and then over time it was like Spotify and then Apple Music and then it was YouTube Music. And that's what I use now. Uh, I'll say, how old was I when I got that smartphone? I think I was like 17 or 18 when I got a smartphone. I remember when I was a freshman in high school and sophomore in high school, I had like a Kyocera. It wasn't a smartphone, but it was it almost looked like a BlackBerry type of phone. And I would always have to buy minutes at Kmart all the time. I'm on YouTube Music. I sing songs to my boss all day, and I hustle and I grind. That's the song called. You wanna download that song? Just go on YouTube Music, and you'll be able to hustle and grind at your job listening to that. Hmm. Yeah, I never. I don't think I know what that is really. Yeah, I was born in '94. Yep. I mean, the things in the '90s. I mean, I don't really remember too much of the '90s like when I was like a toddler age. Like, I was mostly remembering the early 2000s and the in the mid 2000s with stuff. Maybe a tiny bit of the late '90s, but it was just a lot of it was kind of hard to remember. Do I listen to my cousin all day? No, I shun him all day. Yeah, that's a good song. I like that song, 93 to Infinity. That's a classic. Yeah, I think my nostalgia was early 2000s and like the mid 2000s. Maybe a tiny bit of the late 90s, but it was more hard to remember for me. What's the balut? What's that? Yeah, it's crazy how, like, this is kind of off topic, but it's crazy how people still try to get cable TV and they get their house phone and the internet. It just, I don't get it. A lot of money. People still do that stuff. Yeah, imagine him singing. Yeah, that would be cringe, dude. Him talking about positivity and him singing about how he's better than everyone. He's trying to he's trying to sing about like stopping end times, how he's religious and shit. That's just cringe. Back to the Future. Yeah, that's a good movie. That's a movie that's good, I'll say. Yeah, I know Backstreet Boys and Britney Spears, though. I actually grew up on that. Backstreet Boys were pretty good. Yeah, see, I know a little bit of the late 90s, a little bit. Sing like Positive Steve? Nah, I ain't singing hustle and grind shit all day. Be positive and stuff. There was games of that for that from that movie too. Black Eyed Peas. Yeah, I never really got their music really. Only I got their music as much. They have a couple hit songs though. Oh, that show Ridiculousness. I think I heard of that. I think I seen that before on there. Yeah, I think it's still on there. I'm pretty sure MTV. I used to watch that when I was younger, like the Jersey Shore or something. I remember people thought that was a good show, and that show was garbage. And then what else was on like MTV? Fear Factor or something. I would watch that a little bit, and then there's another one with like not Asher Roth. What's his name? Ashton Kutcher. He had a show on MTV. I forget what it was called. Watch it sometimes. Oh, I didn't know there was a game for that. Hmm. Yeah, animals screaming. He'll probably have some sound effects in his songs like an alarm clock trying to wake up to go to work, or he uh he probably gets like sound effects from punching in to clock in. Like stuff like that. What do you think of people who keep buying clothes to wear a couple times and chasing new fashion? I guess it's consumerism or materialism, but I mean, if people like them to buy clothes, it's a coat for them and they're able to afford it. I guess there's nothing totally wrong with that, you know? Uh, yeah, I guess that's my views on that, I guess. Ninja Warrior show? Yeah, that's a good show, actually. Now, that's a good one. I always kind of watched, I always liked watching that. How they go through the obstacle course stuff. Yeah, TRL. Yeah, I think that's something I remember. I remember that sounds familiar. TRL. Forget what that is though. Yeah, Punked. Yeah, that's what it's called. Yeah, that's the show that I used to watch with Ashton Kutcher. That was a pretty cool show back then, and then it was gone. If you wanted to travel in time, would you go backward or forward? I'll say backwards. I don't want to know what my future is, you know, or getting clapped at the office. You'll hear clapping sound effects in his songs. Come here, boss. Come here. Yeah. I'm ready to work some overtime with you. Yeah. Shit. Yeah, TR. That makes me want to look up what TRL is. That sounds familiar. That one. Charge my other phone for a bit. Maybe I'll look at. Maybe I'll look at it on my PlayStation. See what that shit is here. The Mandela effect? I guess so. Maybe it's because my beard grows so fast in 3 days. Hey, let's look up what TRL is. That's familiar, man. Yeah, not everyone likes the beard, you know? I mean, I just keep it on. Just kind of I don't like having razor bumps and stuff. I remember I used to shave it a good amount when I was younger, and I would always have these razor bumps. It would just hurt. I would get ingrown hairs, and it's just a pain in the ass. TRL. Yeah, it was a thing on MTV. Yeah, it's. I don't know if I ever watched it, but I remember it was. I remember seeing it before. Hmm. Yeah, I guess I have those genetics where I can grow a beard. You know. I mean, I started noticing, uh, like at 14, I had like those peach fuzz hairs coming in under my neck. And I knew that I was gonna grow a beard when I was older, and when I was like 19, I started growing my sides here. And then over time, I started having beard growth, and I think by the time I was like 23 or 24, I had like a full grown beard, kind of. You never shaved it? Damn. Yeah, he's probably going for the world record. Yeah, if I did that, my beard would probably go to my belly button or something. He's from the military family. Yeah. I mean, it's ironic though, because if you go to the military, they make you shave your beard and your head, you know? Yeah, that's what I saw on this YouTube here. I definitely recognize this. TRL. Yeah, it just very familiar, I'll say. Like having a clean face. Yeah, I guess there's benefits to that. Like if you have a big beard and you're eating food, you get stuff uh you have like food stuck in your beard, you know? When you have a clean face, you don't have to worry about that. I guess with like a beard, it's just it could kind of it could be messy. It's just you gotta maintain it, you know. I guess with a clean face, you just shave that shit off, you know. Yeah. Here's the thing is, like, say if like people judge you by like your looks all the time, it's like you get to the point where you just don't care about your appearance no more, you know. And the thing is, it's not your fault. It's because you never asked for the looks you have, you know. Yeah, I think it comes from like people. It's like if you have like people judge you by your looks all the time. It's like
you just feel numb, like what you're saying, and it's like, why do I care about my appearance no more? That makes sense. Yeah, go to work, come home. Yeah, that's how it should always be, right? It shouldn't be like going to work, dealing with drama, gossip, and bullies or something, and just then you go. You should just go home after that. Three jobs like this. 2000s alternative song favorite. You trying to? I don't. I didn't really listen to alternative that much though. I guess a genre I don't listen too much of. But I don't know if I have a favorite for that. Do I resemble much of my dad, like in looks wise? I look. I mean, I guess in the face I look like my dad, but I'll say my dad always has clean shaved face. Like my dad doesn't grow a beard, I do. So I kind of look a little different compared to my dad with some things. But my dad doesn't wear glasses. He sees good. I don't. That's on my mom's side. Uh, I guess my arms are kind of like my dad. My dad, that's where I get those genetics with my arms and how they're like vascular because my dad's arms are similar, and I guess that kind of resembles my dad. Yeah, but you don't deserve that shit, the villain. People being racist to you and saying judgmental things all because of like the skin color. It's just pathetic. Some bullshit. Yeah, I guess like you get to the point like you just feel numb when there's idiots like that everywhere. Yeah, it is trash. I can't stand working, man. I wouldn't mind work if like the job had tolerable coworkers and I guess like if I had a decent wage. But um, there's a lot of jobs that are just hard to deal with. What's up, Sage? I listened to Green Day when I was younger more. Though I guess the one song I liked was September Ends, mostly. Yeah, life does get boring, man. It definitely does. That's what sucks about getting older too. You you start to get bored more about stuff. When you're younger, it's like you're more curious of things. WWE wrestler, I'll say I liked. Let's see, a guy. I like the Big Show. The Big Show is my favorite, especially playing Royal Rumble on PlayStation 2. Always would use him all the time. And I always liked the Big Show's intro when he would like come into the ring. It's it's pretty cool. Yeah, I wish I could do some remote work. I think that would really help me if I was like working from home and my moods wouldn't be all over the place. If I worked from home, I don't blame you, man. You don't have to commute to work. You don't have to spend money on gas or something, or say if you don't have a car, you take the bus or the train to work. You don't have to spend money to commute like that either, right? You don't have to deal with people as much, right? So I don't get the point of life either, man. I mean, I guess I kind of get it. We're here. We never asked to be born, and we're trying to survive as much as possible because our body's a prison, and our biological purpose is to prolong this DNA, and that's it. But no one questions this shit though, right? Yeah, I only like the one song, September Ends from Green Day. But yeah, I mean, you should send me some songs with Green Day, Shay. Check them out more. Yeah, I don't get it either. I mean, my grandpa is 93, he's still alive, but he's actually suffering through colon cancer, which isn't good. He's in hospice, so he, it's just it isn't a good thing. But yeah, sometimes you wonder, like, why would you live to that age? I mean, I don't. Fuck that shit. Yeah, there isn't really a point. I'll check that out, Shay. I'll check that out. See if I like it or not. I only liked one song from them. You think you ever gonna run out of copes? Probably. I guess when I'm older, it makes sense, you know? Like when you're older, it's like, what? How else can you deal with this life, you know? Yeah, this life is being shit, right? They play too many video games. Yeah, but I kind of don't blame them though, because this life is something else. I'd rather play more video games and go to work. Play more video games and go to school, you know? How do I have two lives going on? Oh, my one phone died. Maybe that's why I forgot to end it. That's probably what happened. Yeah, you're always outside with your brothers. Yeah, I mean, I was doing the same thing. I was I was usually outside playing like football or I was like playing basketball or baseball or something. I was doing that. Yeah, that was the one that where my phone died, right? That the one with the hat on. Yeah, that's what happens when I forget that my phone's gonna die and and end the live. So, so I use this phone. So I have two phones. Like this phone I can only use for Wi-Fi. It only works for that, and the other phones for data and stuff like that. Yeah, it's kind of funny, yeah. Yeah, you'll see me live on the other phone and live on this phone at the same time. Yeah, I'm cheating the YouTube platform. Yeah, we'll be doing some videos tomorrow and Sunday. Trying to do some requests and some reactions or something. Try to do a good amount of them. See what I have. Yeah, life does humiliate you, yo. You can be embarrassed in this life by people and uh, even your own family, I guess. These jobs. Yeah, fall in love with a stranger girl who'll talk nice to you. I guess that would be nice. So, celebrity worship is creepy. Yeah, I think it is too, man. If you really think about it, I think it is. So people get overboard with these celebrities, and a lot of times these celebrities don't really do a lot for society, you know? You kind of don't. There's the entertainers, impersonators. I don't know. I think they're kind of funny though. People that impersonate like these politicians or the actors and actresses. I think they're kind of funny. That's just me personally. Do you feel bad when that girl with the professor was getting all the shots in? Yeah, I was feeling bad. She rolled my ankles. Jobs need to pay above minimum wage. Yeah, they should. I agree, man. Especially when the cost of living's way too high. Yeah, I can't imagine being 40 at all either. I'm gonna turn 31. I just can't imagine getting that old. It's just the same monotony, it's the same repetition in life, you know? I write apps, they own you, and apps are garbage. What do you mean by that? Yeah, I guess that's a con of being famous, right? You're in the spotlight. You're gonna be followed around. You don't really have enough privacy, and people make rumors about you more. And yeah, I don't think I would want to be famous like that either. You know, like to the point where everyone knows you. The Michael Jackson impersonators make it their life. Yeah, they make it their income. Like Michael Jackson's voice made them make money. The impersonators. Michael Jordan or LeBron? I'll say Jordan. I think Jordan's better than LeBron. I mean, they're both different players, but I think if you go by achievements, I think Jordan, but I guess like all round player, LeBron, I guess, but that's who I picked though, Jordan. He's more like impactful for the NBA. Intelligent, realistic people. Yeah, that is true, I think. I think there's a lot of people that can be smart and they're just more depressed than like someone that's more optimistic about things and they have more confidence and stuff, you know. I mean, even someone optimistic can have a form of intelligence as well, but you know, while people that have a high IQ tend to be more depressed. It seems like. Yeah, I think it became mundane for me. My late 20s as well. App sucks. Yeah, I guess certain apps suck when you're downloading one, it doesn't work right. And then then some apps are just ain't good, you know. How's my mental health? Not good to be honest with you. It's a little better today, but say for these last couple days weren't good, you know. That my but my I just getting stressed and a lot of intrusive thoughts and uh it was just hard to deal with. I had to talk to my brother over the phone um to try to feel better, you know, because it's pretty isolating here at times. Life had me tired. 18. Yeah, you don't deserve that, man. Your parents like didn't give you a good childhood, that's for sure. And it's pathetic that it's good that you're out of that situation where you at before, but the journey to get there, you don't deserve that unnecessary struggle or the unnecessary stress to be out there, you know. Yeah, I moved to South Dakota. It's where I moved to. But that's the thing about my future. I really don't like it's I'm very uncertain about it. It's makes me anxious thinking about it too much. And I mean, I would like to live somewhere better, but um, I just want to be able to like try to tolerate living here until I'm ready to go, you know, and I just don't want to think about it too much. Yeah, yep. Yeah, I'll say late 20s is probably where it happens. Any tips on leaving my home state? Um, I'll say before you leave your home state, you should visit the place you want to potentially live at. And you want to look up all kinds of things about your new place that you're thinking about living in, like the weather. Like, do you mind the weather that happens over there throughout its seasons? Or the cost of living. You want to check that out also. You want to like if you like doing things, you want to make sure that this place has enough things to do. Or uh I guess like another thing too is uh if you're trying to move to a different state and you're thinking about living with roommates, screen them well. You want to screen these roommates and make sure they're good roommates to live with. Say if you're living with them, but if you're trying to get your own place, just do your research and try to find the best one for you. Um, and I'll say like definitely save a decent amount of money when you move because it's not cheap. It's depending on where you live at. Some places are more expensive than others. Like if you some places, for example, may have more high utility bills than others, and there may be like with your car insurance can be higher than others if you live in a different state. And it's just you gotta make sure you have enough money to move to the new state. That's all. Uh, but that's about it, though. I guess. Wilt Chamberlain, Jordan, LeBron, or Kobe? I'll say Jordan, and then Kobe, then LeBron, then Wilt Chamberlain. That's my uh, that's my order. Yeah, the thing is, like in your childhood, Rohi, you should be able to be more have a childhood, you know, not try to work your ass off to get out of poverty and uh you know, it's good that you're rich. That's a good thing also, but you should enjoy yourself more in your childhood. It shouldn't be working your ass off to get out and dealing with the toxic environment, you know? That just isn't right. Pathetic. Yeah, the human body's a prison, man. Pretty much. You lived in Philly? Yeah, I lived in Philly too, man. No, I live here. This is my apartment. I did stay in a motel. I stayed at a Motel 6. I stayed at a hotel too, which I think that's something I regret also when I was homeless. I should have never stayed at a hotel a couple times. I should have just stayed at a Motel 6 more, you know? Yeah, I seen Back in the Future. It's a good movie. Good movie to watch. Yeah, I guess if I went back in time, if I knew like Bitcoin was gonna be big, I would invest in that too. How I like it so far? I'm not crazy about living here, to be honest. I mean, I like my apartment. I liked going to Mount Rushmore and checking out the nature and uh, like things are close here, which is something I like, and uh, there's like low crime rate here, and it's safe. But there's not a lot to do here. The weather is really bad. I can't handle it. it's it affects my moods, and it just makes me worse. Like I have that. It's like I have that seasonal affective disorder, with that. And um, I guess another thing is, like, I'm not crazy about how family oriented it is here. There's a lot of people that are too conservative, and I mean, even though I have conservative views with things, it's just I'm not super conservative. So it's just not the right fit. Like, I'm not gonna say I dislike it here, totally, but it's not the right fit. But yeah, what's up, Jeff? Plan to move on another state? Yeah, do your research, man. That's what I think. Do some more research before you go. Straight from the rabbi. Okay, man. Yeah, I mean, I don't. I mean, even if I had all the money, why would I want to live forever? I don't get it. Emergency money? Yeah, that's another one, yep. You want to make sure you have an emergency fund, too, when you move to somewhere else. Is it better than Philly? That's a hard one, I'll say. I'll say with Philly, there's more things to do. I guess Philly, there's better food than here. Philly's, I'll say, I mean, I guess in Philly, I have people that I know, like my support system, and like my brothers, and my friend that lived there makes it better, but I'll, that's a hard one to say. I think I'll say Philly's a little better in South Dakota. It's a little better, but I don't think Philly's like the best place either. At the same time, yeah, I keep in touch with him. Yep, I uh, I want to try to hang out with him more if I can. It was, I guess, like for me, it's been feeling kind of not in the right headspace all the time, and been kind of working and stuff. It was kind of hard to hang out with him at times, but we'll be hanging out with more. I'll be hanging out with him more again. So, if I sound homesick, I mean, I guess I miss some things in Philly, but I don't really miss being home, like living with my dad. It's just um, certain things in Philly I do miss though, compared to here. That's for sure. How long I stay in a motel? I went in and out of a motel, so I would sleep in my car some days because I didn't want to spend all my money. And then some days I would stay in like a motel for like a week or something. So I think I think I was. It took me like 2 weeks to figure out where I wanted to go. So I guess like within 2 weeks, I was like living in my car in a motel, pretty much. That was eating up my money for a bit. That was brutal. I had to make a quick decision then. Yeah, true. Mexico has a lot of hot Latinas. I ain't denying that. Yeah, Philly. That's a thing I miss about Philly right now. With cheesesteaks. Rather get a good cheesesteak over there. Yeah, it is a big joke, man. Northern Minnesota. I'm probably like 4 or 5 hours from there. Well, I'm going to Minnesota next weekend, trying to see Minneapolis. I'm gonna fly there. I'm not gonna drive. I like plan this trip too, so it only takes me an hour to get there. So yeah, comfort and happiness. Yeah, I rather just feel comfortable and things, and then just feel so stressed out all the time. Yeah, it's too cold here. It snows way earlier than Pennsylvania. It's really windy here too. That one kind of annoys me. It's when I when I would be like working in landscaping, for example, I would be outside and it'd be so windy out, and I would try to lay down this fabric or this weed mat before installing the rocks, the rock bed. I mean, and when I would try to like lay out the fabric and the weed mat, it would blow away all the time. It would piss me off constantly. So, and then another thing is like you're out there and it's so windy, you feel like you're gonna fly away, and it just feels uncomfortable. It's it's something else. Oh, I liked playing with Hot Wheels too, man. Hot Wheels was my shit. I would always like build the race tracks for them, and I would put the Hot Wheels like cars in them, and I would like watch them and stuff. Yeah, that shit happens though. Like you can marry some girl, it may not be the right fit. That shit happens too. What happened to my other channel? I deleted it. I deleted my channel. It was for a lot of reasons. A lot of it was I didn't support like I mean there's a good amount of people that support the that fertility clinic bombing. I was not for that, and I was not for like I didn't want to be viewed as like the anti-natalist YouTuber anymore. I didn't really I viewed it differently in people that we're talking about. And then I guess another reason was I was very depressed. I was very depressed, and where to the point where I just got tired of the YouTube and I deleted it. And that was the same time when I had a hard time dealing with my dad. I just didn't want to work with him no more, and then I became homeless. And I realized like I guess I could do the YouTube thing again. I just rather do it differently. So yeah, the human body is gross. Look at all the shit you gotta do in the toilet. And the food you eat, it turns into shit. You smell, and the human body, something. Fargo? Nah, I don't think I'll ever check out North Dakota, to be honest with you. I don't know if I would ever check that place out. Come to Canada? Yeah, maybe. Maybe that'll be a thing for me to do in the future, possibly. Good job opportunities. I mean, I guess it's a place where it's an low unemployment rate, like I said before, and you can live here and it won't be hard to find a job, really. So that's a good thing. But I'll say the job opportunities. I don't think there's not a variety. There's not a variety of job opportunities compared to where I'm from what I've seen. Yeah, I don't like the wind. Yep. It This is like tornado alley too, like where I'm living. So like they say that from April to October, that's when tornadoes can hit anytime, pretty much. Yeah, I'm still on stream. Go out there and apply the job. Why you like on YouTube acting like a knee? It's bullshit. Nah, I don't laugh at this joke. Nope. Nah, he doesn't talk to me. He doesn't even put in the effort to call me or nothing. Nope, he don't even worry about me at all. Go back to security. Yeah, maybe I would be able to handle it if there are actually people that will relieve me, you know? Pretty much. Doe or dildo? I like dildo the best. That's my favorite word. I like the dildo right next to me. Yeah, I'm still up. Yep. My sleep schedule's kind of messed up now. Bad insomnia. Hmm. Figure out life? I don't know, to be honest with you. Not sure. Yeah, I remember when I worked for Allied Universal, I was only getting paid $12 an hour part time. I only did that job because like landscaping season was slow, so I tried it out, and from my dad's girlfriend's daughter's boyfriend, he does security. I heard good things about it. I was like, yeah, let me try, you know. And it just wasn't for me because of the shift work. Like I can't handle that with my bipolar. It makes me it triggers an episode. I just can't do that type of work. It sucks. Yeah. Yeah, usually like if I drink, I would actually have a hard time sleeping, but when I would sleep then I would sleep all day. It's weird. Yeah, I can't sleep good though, man. When I'm like my sleep schedule's fucked. Yeah, I wonder what happened to Chris Williams. He should come back to YouTube. That's a guy that made me start my YouTube also. Chris Williams. Yeah, that's what sucks about the security. It's an easy job. It's you don't have to deal with these mofos out there, but the pay isn't the best though. Unless like you get your I guess like if you boost up your pay by getting your guard card, but that only goes up so far. Yeah, Allied Universals. I heard like a lot of bad things about it too. Right after I quit that company, you listen to lo-fi day and lo-fi all day and chill. Probably does. I don't know if he listened to lo-fi though, but probably does. Yeah, I think he is a smart guy, Chris Williams. Yeah, he said a lot of things on his videos that really resonate with a lot of people on there. Most blocks? Probably Bill Russell, maybe. Not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure who has the most blocks. I replied to your comment. What'd you comment on YouTube? Will Brownie win a ring? Yeah, that's a really good question. Yes. I think the only time he will win a ring is if he goes on a really good team. And he just sits on the bench the whole time and gets that ring. What do I do in my spare time? I mean, I guess I guess today I went to the gym and I walked around downtown to see the Christmas lights. That's it. It was fucking too cold out though. But I think most of the time I would just chill here, listen to music, or just do YouTube, or go on my Discord, and uh, nothing really, you know. Yeah, especially when it's during the week, you gotta go to work. That's the worst. You hear that alarm clock. That makes me so anxious, you know. Yeah, Matumbo or Hakeem. Yeah, that's probably true too. Hakeem or Matumbo. Yeah, definitely one of those guys. Yeah, it's nepotism, Selwood. That shit's nepotism. It's because of LeBron. Like the Brownies isn't that good in basketball. Like I mean he's good enough to like probably be a pro in a way, but he's not good enough to be on a team. Like he's good to be a he's good enough to be a pro in the G League. Like so far. I guess like he has to prove himself and try to get back. So I heard he's back in the G League now. So yeah, started to be winter here too. Transhuman fucking sucks. I can't stand the cold. Makes me feel funny, you know. Paz Steve on the phone was the weirdest. Yeah, he is a weirdo on the phone. Trying to tell people how to apply at a job. What a weirdo, you know? Say it's some weird shit. Yeah. Yep. I mean, my brothers can only do so much, but like my dad and mom, they didn't really support me at all. It just sucks when my dad knows I've been in mental hospitals. He knows I have a hard time keeping a job, and he still says I'm lazy. It's insane. Craziness. Yeah, probably more snow than where I'm from. But from what I heard from the locals here, they said that last year wasn't that much snow compared to other years. So yeah, you guys live in like a different like hemisphere or something. Yeah, it's like different seasons. Guess I'll go to Israel now than this place. Yeah, true. I should be more grateful that I have a roof over my head and some food when I was little with my dad. I'm just a spoiled fucking brat. Yeah. My dad changed my diaper 30 years ago. That's a good parent. Imagine that, like your mom or dad tells you, "I changed your diaper back then. You better be grateful." Who would have changed your diaper if I wasn't around? Yeah. Yeah, that I'd rather live in North Carolina, I'll say. Milder winters. Yeah, I can understand why people freak out over that. Winter fucking sucks. Yeah, the weather is something, man. How's my weekend? I mean, still kind of feel stressed in a way, but at least the YouTube lives help, you know? Kind of help cope from like this job and like being uncertain with my future, you know? Yeah, some people don't have a parent change their diaper. Yep. That's even worse. Pathetic. Some fucked up shit. You're gonna be 30 in 2 months? Yeah. That's terrible, man. You don't deserve that or ask for it. It's because of parents that didn't care to have you have a childhood, you know? Yeah, I can't believe I'm gonna be 31 next week. Just never asked to be born, you know? Alcohol or food. Yeah, I remember getting the drunk munchies. You'll be eating like a slice of pizza in 5 seconds. Good combination. MLM, is that like the scam stuff? I think. I don't know if you mentioned it, to be honest. Yeah, I don't like having autism either, Shay. You're entitled to complain as much as you want about it because it's something that you can't change and it's something that affects your life, you know? The shit sucks. Yeah, it is crazy them on the same team. Won like uh 4 championships together. And good, I mean, even though they didn't get along, they played well together, you know? It's just a shame that Shaq couldn't do it with Petty Hardaway because they were a good duo too, you know, but Penny Hardaway just couldn't stop being injured, you know? Yeah, fucking cost of living, man. Yeah, you shouldn't feel that way. Having video games mean you're spoiled. That's some bullshit, man. Yeah, those type of parents are pathetic. Stupid shit. Haven't worked since 2021. Yeah, don't blame you, man. You don't. Best not to work if you don't need to, you know? If you're okay with your living and stuff like that, and you're not working, that's okay, you know? Working just can mess with your mental health, and uh, overdoing it can just, just cause problems, pretty much. Complaint department. Yeah, right? Like, I can just complain to life, like, this is happening to me. I don't like this bullshit. And then life can make me feel better, and actually respond to my complaint. Yeah, I would be at the complaint department every day too. Yep. Yeah, pathetic, man. You don't deserve that, Selwood. Like, these parents have kids and they don't want to put in the effort to give them a quality life. Like, what's up with that? Like, they need to sacrifice, they need to prioritize making sure that their kid has a good childhood and a good well being. And there's too many parents out there that don't even put enough effort. They don't prioritize their kids like that. It's stupid shit. Train and show up. Damn, that's shitty, man. Is there times where it can show up? It's like scheduled and you can go then? Yeah, don't get mad over small things. Yeah, that's some bullshit, man. People that say that just say, "Oh, just get over it." When really, like, these small things can uh affect your life in a bad way. Yeah, right. A good parent shouldn't have to argue with kids, right? Shaq and Bronny duo. They'll win 10 championships. A good parent doesn't do comparisons. Yep. Doesn't favor kids or anything like that. So, stop yawning. Yeah, I'm getting tired though. Right when you're telling me to stop yawning, I'm fucking yawning, man. It's 2 a.m. here. Contagious. I thought I did talk about MLM, them scams. I thought I did talk about that earlier this year, didn't I? Not earlier this year. I did talk about that in this channel. What we gotta do for decades, survive and cope, and then eventually we're gonna be gone at some point. Parents want to live a daydream life. Wait, not daydream life. What'd you say? Parents want to live a daydream. Yep, they daydream about their kids being so successful when really they should be prioritizing helping their kids so they won't go through uh, bad things in adulthood. I'm not sure if I'm sub to him. I don't know. Does multilingual make videos again? I mean, if he does, I'll sub to him again. You know, kind of some BS how YouTube got rid of his channel too. He had some good videos on there. He was underrated. Yeah, parenting is a pain in the butt, and that's why these parents don't want to try to sacrifice more. They realize too late that it's hard to be a parent. They should have known that before. It's just selfish. Yeah, that's pathetic, man. It's just like parents thinking that they'll be somebody when they become adults is just selfish and pathetic. Like expecting giving them unrealistic expectations of your kids. It's stupid shit. Yeah, it is survival, yep. Pretty much. This life. Yeah. Yeah, it's like you didn't real it's like you didn't have like a childhood or something, right? Like you had to stabilize your life and you had to sacrifice your childhood to get where you're at now. And yeah, like I said before, like it's good where you're at now, but all that struggle, all that unnecessary BS you had to go through, and it's pathetic, you know. You still would have um, like traumas and stuff that affect your adulthood still, even though where you're at now is good. It's just uh, it shouldn't have to be that way, you know. Yeah, yep. We'll all be gone someday. Yeah, I sold you some Fanny last night. I want I want it back. Yeah, I did visit here. Yep. I visited here. I think I visited here for like a couple days, I think. I was trying to explore and the guy that watches my YouTube was showing me around. So I didn't think of it as much, but I visited back then. Um, I actually liked visiting here though. It was it made me decide to live here. Yeah, we will all be forgotten, exactly. We won't be remembered here. He's on Rumble? Yeah, I need to check him out. I need to see what he has to say with this stuff. Yeah, create kids like it's nothing, you know? They don't even consider what the kid will go through. People don't realize that life is evil. Yeah, they always think of the good things too much. They don't consider the bad things at all. They'll watch the news, like say they're watching the TV screen like this, and they see that someone got murdered, and they still think that this life's good and beautiful, and they disregard the bad. Bring a child here, you know? Yeah, focusing, living out their daydream. Yeah, it's just like what Selwa was talking about, like how, um, like his dad and was trying to expect them to be athletes, and when they reached an adult, they weren't good enough to be like professional athletes. The father is disowning them. That's pathetic, you know? Living off the daydream BS. College was a waste of time. Yeah, I guess for the most part, I think I should never went, but I guess at the time I was deprived socially in school. I wanted to have a better social life than what I had in high school because I was bullied a shit ton. So I went to college and I went to a party school and it was fun, you know. I'm not gonna say I didn't have a bad time, but looking back, I kind of wish I didn't go, you know. Even though, like, it's like 50-50 for me, you know. Like now, I'm in debt. I have to pay it and stuff, but at the same time, I guess it was good that I went and had some sort of social life there, you know. Yeah, they don't consider the negatives of having kids. Yeah, exactly. It's too. You know what it is? It it scares them to think about the negatives. That's what it is. They don't want to consider that. They rather focus on the positives with the kids, and you know that they need to be realistic and look at both sides. You know, imagine go to the club, waste money just to sit in the dark. That happened to me a lot of times. There were some times I would go to the club and I would just sit there and just kind of smoke cigarettes and just zone the fuck out, you know? It would feel like I would waste my goddamn money, you know? Which happened, pretty much. Yeah, I do see a lot of bad shit too, you know? I mean, I do see good stuff, but man, there's a lot of bad shit that like is not addressed out there. Yeah, they prefer to be delusional, right? They're cowards. Yep, I think so. Dropped out of college. Yeah, it's not for everyone, you know? That shit can put you in a lot of debt, and you can go to college and come out and not even make enough income, you know what I mean? Something else. Yeah, yep. Rather ignore shit and not even take accountability, right? Yep. Yeah. You'll still be forgotten ways, yep. You'll probably be mentioned maybe a little bit, but you'll still be forgotten, right? Yeah, college all in person. Yeah, I remember I would go to school and I would be going to like a classroom with like 100 kids in there. Actually, even more, like 200 sometimes. And sometimes that would make you nervous, you know? Kind of going to like a classroom that almost looks you're going to like a Blue Jays game or something, you know? Make you nervous. I'll see you a couple beers. Good talking to you, and most likely might be doing a live this weekend also. You know, I'm trying to do some more videos and stuff. Classes should be online. I mean, they are online though. I feel like I feel like there should be more of a choice with every class. Like you either take it online or in person. You know, like I guess the thing is like certain classes are online. Like certain classes that you have to be in person. So it should be both. You know. Yeah. Yeah. Nothing wrong with that, Rohai. Tony the Tiger. What's going on with Anthony? What's up with him? Hopefully he's all right. You know. I mean, even though what happened on the Discord, I mean, I still hope in his real life that he's okay. You know. No, he was dealing with a terrible like parents, obviously. And I know that one job he was working at last year at that warehouse that they were bullying him, you know? They were treating him like shit. He didn't deserve that. I'll say a hotel, to be honest with you. You have more in a hotel than a motel. Yeah, yep. I guess that's how it is, I guess, right? Yeah, yep. I guess if you like in your position where you had to get out of poverty and get out of a toxic household, it's like you do have to take life more seriously, you know? Makes sense. Yeah, I've been bullied, man. I was bullied a lot in high school. I was it was because I was stuck in special ed for like a while until like ninth grade, and then eventually it was too late. It was too late, and people knew I was in special ed. People knew that uh, there was something wrong with me. Like some people couldn't tell I had autism, but They knew there was something off, and they would try to mess with me, you know, and it was my fault also because I was trying to fit in, and I was like creating this problem also where I was actually trying to bully others and trying to do all this crap. But yeah, it was a bad experience for me, and it got to the point where I was like, I wanted a better social life, and that's what I did. I went to a party school, and my dad co-signed a loan to get me into college and stuff, and that's what happened. What's that game, transhuman? Yeah, I'll say it's safe. I mean, there's sometimes like the place I'm at, walking around the neighborhood does is a little sketchy because I heard like the area I live in is there shit happens here sometimes, but for the most part, I feel pretty safe here to be honest, compared to like say when I was living in Philly, for example. Let's play. Do you have a what's it called? The game. Yeah, wish weren't related to horrible people. Yeah, I feel the same with me, to be honest. I wish I wasn't related to my mom, you know? Blue Jays game. Yeah, it's a crazy analogy, ain't it? For the college fucking classes. Yeah. What's up, Sang? Have I visited Ohio? I mean, I guess I kind of have. You know, I when I drove up to South Dakota, I went to Columbus, and that was uh that was hard to find a place to stay at up there. I almost stayed at like a ghetto motel that had plexiglass uh at the front desk, and there was no one there, and some dude was blasting his rap music, and he came in, looked like he was up to no good, and it was 4 a.m. and you know, it was just I just felt like I was in a bad area or something in Columbus. It was kind of good I didn't stay there, and I booked it on the highway, and I was trying to find a place, and I found this Holiday Inn. I was thinking about sleeping in my car there, but I realized there was a motel and it was open, and I found a place to sleep at. That was something. I couldn't even find a place till like 6 a.m. and like I had to stay at the motel one day because it tired me out so bad, you know. So if you were given a chance to have Neuralink, would you have one? I mean, if Neuralink would get rid of like my problems like autism or bipolar or whatever it is, then yes. But um, so far, I would not take it because there's not enough research on it. Was what was it, 2K or something? Transhuman? Was I bullied in elementary school? Yeah, I actually was. Yep, I was. I wasn't bullied as much compared to high school though, but being in elementary school, I was bullied because of being in special ed. Because when you're in special ed, you're a target. You're a target for people to make fun of you, and that's what it was. You own a dozen consoles? Damn, man, big gamer. What kind of consoles do you have? They want you to come around during the holidays, you're saying, Rohan? Yeah, I would not like be around that. F that shit, dude. Oh, you got the PS1 and the PS2? Yeah, my brother has the PS2 at his place. It'd be kind of cool if I would just take that and play some games like NBA Jam or something, or Lord of the Rings or something. Oh, NBA Jam. That's like what I said before. That's what it's called, man. If you have that game, maybe we could play it or something. Like on the PS5 version. Jobs are horrible, such a painful experience. Yeah, especially in poverty too, right? Definitely is painful dealing with the coworkers and the like a toxic boss and working a job that doesn't pay enough. Definitely fucking terrible. Definitely. Hmm. Parents who feel comfortable with their child entering adulthood and poverty are despicable. I agree, man. It's crazy. Poor people have the most kids. It's that's the crazy part, you know. I feel like a lot of it's accidental shit, pretty much. Jobs take so much time. Yeah, they do. Yep. They take a lot of your time away, and you could be doing something better, but these jobs want to eat up your soul, you know? And older consoles don't fit. Yeah, they don't. That's true. Like, if you try to do the PS2 on, like a LG TV, it probably won't, like, be able to use it on there, possibly. It was hard growing up in Philly. Yeah, I bet it was, man. That Philly's not an easy place to live at, you know, especially if you're growing up in a area that's like sketchy and poverty in there, like North Philly or West Philly or some parts of South. Not easy. I mean, I never grew up in Philly as a child. Like I grew up in the suburbs and stuff, and I'll say I never like experienced like living in an unsafe neighborhood like that, you know. It's definitely hard to deal with as a kid, that's for sure. Yeah, that's true. People need to stop calling them accidental pregnancies. It's a careless pregnancy. Maybe that's what they should call it. I agree, man. Jobs don't take up time. That's bullshit. Jobs are blessings. I feel grateful to have 6 jobs. If I didn't have 6 jobs, I wouldn't have a purpose. I wouldn't be able to feed my children. I wouldn't be able to interact with coworkers. I need these jobs. They keep me going. Unfinished games? What unfinished games? Yeah, that's what's good thing about the old consoles and like the games back then. They had better campaigns, more better storytelling ones. Yeah, that's good that you had the strength to get out, man. Not everyone does, you know. It's good that you were able to get out, and you deserve it, you know. Say if I was in your shoes, I was in that situation. I don't know how I would deal with that, you know. I don't even know how I would try to get out, to be honest. So, voting for me for president. Yeah, it's not until 2028, I guess. So, Yeah, you're talking about NBA Jam. Yeah, I don't think there is online on that game. I used to play that a shit ton. That game is a classic. You play against the CPU uh, in that game. They're actually kind of hard, you know. It's not actually that easy of a game, really. Man, I do hear a lot of sirens living here though. That's the crazy part. I do hear I don't know if it's like ambulance or like police. What time do you usually go to sleep? I mean, if I'm working, I would and say I would be going to bed way earlier than what I'm doing now, but I guess right now I'm probably just gonna go to bed kind of late because I have insomnia. Probably just gonna sleep a little later, do some videos, and I'm gonna try to do some DoorDash and Lyft, and yeah, I'll probably do the same thing Sunday, and I guess Sunday is probably be when I make a decision if I want to keep this job for a bit or try to quit and maybe find something quick, you know? Yeah, franchise mode. Yeah, I agree. They don't have that shit no more. That was good for like Madden and stuff too. Raw milk. Nah, I would like to though. Remember, I was almost about to try that with like there was a guy on my YouTube that was telling me to try it. He watches like Godis or something. He would drink raw milk, and I was looking up places I was thinking about, and I just never was able to go. You know, nah, no Wawa there, man. That's the shitty part. Yeah, I kind of do miss Wawa a little bit. I mean, Wawa's not the greatest, but it is a little better than the shit here. I think the thing that's similar to Wawa is Casey's. That's what they have here. So I have a Volkswagen Jetta. It's the car I drive. Even at night, the city's crowded. Yeah, they are. Yeah. I mean, I guess the place I'm at's kind of one part's got people in it, and then when you walk to the next block, there's nobody. This area is kind of like ghost town, kind of. It's expensive. Yeah, I believe it. It's definitely not a cheap beverage right there. Kind of cool to try some. I mean, I think you could drink raw milk. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Yeah, it was cramped. I mean, I had shit in my car. I had like my TV, obviously, my PlayStation. The table wasn't in there. I bought that when I moved up here. Like I had like my clothes and like other things pretty much. And it like it was hard to sleep in there kind of, you know. Raw cream. I think I might just try raw milk maybe. I'll check it out. There's probably a place I can go to and maybe get it one of these days. Yeah, I mean, I'm not that tall. I'm like 5'10", so it was still kind of hard to sleep in there. Like I would sleep in that car, and say if I didn't want to go to the motel, I would go in that mausoleum, get my school bag, and I would like make sure that I would go in the mausoleum and kind of be waking up at times, make sure people wouldn't see me, and I'd sleep on the floor, I'd sleep on the floor at times. One time I was sleeping in the mausoleum, there were some people there. And it was just awkward a little bit. Dangers of consuming raw milk. Guess we'll look at it. I feel like it's not the most healthiest thing, I guess. I don't know. Oh, yeah, that's a bigger vehicle than what I have, I think, right? I'll say, like, say if you had to live in your car, you could definitely sleep in that. Yeah, now that's a vehicle if you want to live in your car to sleep in, right there. Yeah, like my car, like I would, like, say if I wanted to sleep in there, I would have to remove the back seats or something. It's bacteria. I mean, I don't think it's that bad, really. I'm not gonna buy anything else for this apartment either. I think I got everything here. Like I got the tables here, this table, couple chairs, I guess. This chair, that mattress over there. I got that from my neighbor. Um, Drawers, I guess. That's it. You know, Google it first. uh, yeah, maybe tomorrow I'll look it up if I'm bored or something. I feel like raw milk definitely has like some things that may not good for, If bacteria is so bad, everyone should be drinking Clorox. Yeah, might as well drink Clorox then. If you don't want the bacteria. Yeah, I feel like yeah, because everything has bacteria in it, doesn't it? Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's one thing. If I do move somewhere else or something, right? Obviously, I don't know if I can fit everything. I don't know if I can fit like the tables or the chairs or obviously the mattress I would get rid of. That mattress sucks. I had to get a mattress topper to uh help with my back. When I had that mattress, my back was messed up all the time. When I put the topper on, it made a difference. Yeah, yeah. Thing is, like my grandpa smoked Newports and he smoked like Marlboro Reds and like just cigarettes in general. Like when he was 12 years old, and he's somehow 93 years old right now. It's weird. And then there's people that are health freaks and they die early. A lot of it's like genetics and kind of luck, and I guess like lifestyle can either risk of being unhealthy and dying a painful death, or you try to mitigate you're suffering with your health, and there could be a less risk, but it's not guaranteed, you know. Yep. People die from lung cancer even though they don't smoke. That's the crazy part. Yep. It's not filtered like a meat agriculture, I guess. I mean, I don't know. So the thing is, like my one uncle, he smoked and drank, and he died like way earlier. And my grandpa's still alive. He still does it. He's in hospice. He's still smoking. Yeah, my dad's the same age pretty much. Smoke 2 packs a day. Yeah, some people it's just genetics or something, and yeah, it does increase the risk of cancer, but uh, it can like it's not always the case that someone dies from cancer from cigarettes. And I guess like I forgot one thing. My one uncle, he used to do restoration. He would go to houses and try to get rid of the mold out of these houses. And over time, if you work in restoration, you'll be exposed to like toxins, and it can it can give you cancer, and maybe how he got cancer, maybe it was mostly from restoration. Maybe it wasn't so much of the cigarettes. I mean, yeah, the cigarettes may have were involved, but yep, my dad never really moved out. He moved he moved out for a little bit with my mom. He uh he lived in a townhouse for like a little bit, and then my mom wanted to rent this house, so my dad listened to her, and they always fought in that house all the time. And then they got divorced, and my dad basically just lived with his parents majority of his life. My dad never really moved out, pretty much. Uranium? Damn. Yeah, I guess that shit would fuck it up. Why does he do that? Well, my dad's a workaholic. That's why. My dad likes to he works like all the time. Like if he's not working, he has to do something. He has to do something with the yard. He has to do something in the house. So it's just like he'll see me like laying down, relaxing, or that time where I was really depressed, I couldn't get out of bed. He would just consider me lazy. I don't get it. Working with uranium. Yeah, that would screw your health right there. It's not healthy for a human to be around that. Yeah, my dad can never relax. Yep. My dad is just he just works all the time. Like my dad like my there's times where my dad would work for like 12 hours a day. Then he would come home and he would cut the grass like at nighttime. And then he'll just keep working, He'll just keep going. So, yeah, I wish it was easy too, man. Which was easy and painless. I would fucking leave, to be honest with you. So, your mom's like that? Yeah, that's terrible. It's like the boomers, The boomers are like this. My mom was the opposite, though. My mom was, like, trying to get welfare, and she's trying to collect disability, and my mom wasn't like a my mom was the complete opposite of my dad. Helium or carbon monoxide. Yeah, I guess it would be quicker. Yeah, I think my dad got it from my grandpa too. 'Cause my grandpa would be the same. My grandpa would he would work all the time, and then he would work on the house all the time. Eminem songs in the Hitman game. Nah, I didn't know that. That's cool though. I think Eminem song would fit good in that game, the Hitman series. Yeah, it'd be nice to have a peaceful way out too. I agree, man. I mean, at least that shit ain't fucking forever. Yeah, I get it. I used to cope a lot with the cigarettes, kind of cope with like working. I would take smoke breaks, dealing with them coworkers and the boss. Would you live for your family and the cat, even with the full? Uh, I don't know. I think maybe I would spend a little time with the cat a little bit more than I would do the euthanasia. Just for a little bit. Yeah. I see, Trans Hammond. I see. Yeah, that's why I'm not like my dad. I don't like I have that ingrained in me, like to work a lot because of him, but uh, I don't want to work my ass off like him because of how he is. Yeah, I don't get how people believe in God either, man. There's no evidence. I mean, I guess I'm agnostic atheist because we don't really know, but it just makes sense there isn't a God. It's just something that humans made up to try to understand the world, like I said, and it's another way to manipulate people uh, into like obeying their leaders, or something. It just doesn't make sense that there is a God. Just I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, we know there is no fictional. Yeah, I mean, I guess we don't completely know though, but I think it makes sense that there's no God. It just doesn't make sense. Yeah, half of them are in heaven. Right. Yeah, it completely doesn't make sense. Like the heaven and hell. Another thing is like if you question, right? How can like heaven has to have bad in it? Like you can't have the good without the bad, right? Because that's how this world is. That doesn't make sense if there's a heaven or a hell. That's why like living here is basically a hell in heaven, you know. That's the closest how we're gonna experience it here. That's it. Yeah, it's. I don't understand how people believe in God. I mean, at least my mom and dad weren't. I mean, they were Christians, but they weren't forcing me to go to church or. I mean, my dad was trying to make me go to church. He wanted me to belong somewhere and fit in, but he noticed that I couldn't fit in, so he stopped letting me go. So, yeah, it is man made. I mean, I agree. Yeah, I hope he's okay. Laundry. Hopefully he's okay. He was cool on the old server. I agree, man. I think last time I heard from him, he moved out of his parents. He was homeless or something. He did find a job, and I think that was it. I think his parents were being toxic or something. Yeah, that's kind of like my one friend. Like my one friend believes in God. He's a Christian. I don't understand how he believes in it. You know, he lives in more in a conservative household than what I grew up in. Like he has parents that make him go to church every Sunday, and he still lives there. He's a year older than me, and his parents still make him go. And it's I mean I don't know how he views it, but I would hate to go to church every Sunday, forced, you know, especially if I'm an atheist, right? So I think the one thing about my friend too is he thinks that he's gonna find someone in church to fall in love with and marry, but I mean I hope he finds that girl, but I don't know if it'll happen. Now obviously he wants kids, it's selfish and you know, I guess it's inevitable he probably will have them, but that's the thing. He doesn't consider to have or the kids to have a bad life, and this is just a never-ending cycle. You know. I like spending time with men at the church. We talk about work all day. We go on one knee and we open the mouth to Jesus all day. That's like what we do. Yeah, he works in mysterious ways. Yeah, that's what they'll say. Why would God work in mysterious ways when someone is in pain right now? God should be there right this second. Pathetic. Damn, it's already 3 a.m. Holy fuck. Yeah, it's difficult, man. Trust me. Like, living in your car, like, if you don't have the right setup, it's not easy, man. Fucking not easy. I know when it was hot in the summer, I was trying to sleep in my car. It was kind of hard, I'll say. 4 a.m. Yeah, you're an hour before me. I used to be in your time zone when I lived in Philly, though. Yeah, why does God have to work in mysterious ways? Right. Why's he gotta be mysterious? Why's he gotta do it in surprise? Yeah, minivan or RV. Yeah, that would be the way to do it. That's for sure. Yeah, right. It's because God isn't real at the end of the day. That's what I think. That's what it really is. just another way to brainwash people, you know? Too much brainwashing. Alright, I think I might be done. I think I might go to sleep. But, we'll do some video requests tomorrow, reactions. Saturday and Sunday. We'll try to do a live stream too, again. So, catch you guys later.